Welcome to Bill's Bridge Corner, Tuesday, December 10th, 2013, Class 48, Defensive Signals, Part 1. We have covered first and third hand play, basically, and in third hand play we covered some very beginnings of signaling. Today we're going to start in full force covering the subject of signaling. It's the way the defenders tell each other what each side may have and perhaps the best way to defend against a given contract. So let's begin with defensive signals as a subject. There are basically three types of defensive signals. There's an attitude signal, and that is probably the most important of all. It is the default, and it's the most commonly used of all of the signals. It basically tells your partner your feeling toward the particular suit that's being played. A relatively high spot card tells partner that you like the suit. It's called an echo, or high-low, while a relatively low card says you don't like the suit, you do not want it to be continued. That's the nuts and the bolts of it. Now we need to get down to the nitty-gritty. Now there are some who play just the opposite, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some would even argue it's better, but it's intrinsically less obvious. Upside down, you reverse the meanings of A and B. A relatively low card means you like the suit, while a high card says you don't. It's called upside down. The second type of defensive signal is a count signal. It's a secondary choice. If it is not attitude, then it's probably count. And that tells partner how many cards you have in the suit. A high and then a low. An echo shows an even number of cards, 2 or 4 or 6, etc. While the opposite, low and then high, shows an odd number of cards in the suit. Don't be confused between an attitude signal and a count signal, because the attitude signal always takes preference. A count signal will occur only when it could not be an attitude signal. The third type of signal is called a suit preference signal, and it's different in several ways. First of all, it occurs only in special situations, and it is not always third hand or second hand. Sometimes it's the lead itself. We'll be getting into that at some point in the future. Let's talk about attitude signals first. What is an attitude signal? We know what it is. It's a come on. Signal, when I signal, I mean you're playing the high spot card. You're encouraging partner to continue the suit. First of all, you signal only if you are not attempting to win the trick. If you're in third place or fourth place in play of the hand, play of the suit, you need to play the card appropriate to winning the trick or to forcing the opponent to play his high card in the suit. And remember that the card tells partner what you think about the suit led, whether you want it led or not, continue to lead it or not. Again, relatively high spot card says continue the suit. Low spot card says, or implies, try something else. A middle spot card, if you can interpret it, it's often hard to tell the difference as a partner of the player. It basically says, I don't have an opinion. You play what you think is best. Why do you want partner to continue? The number one case of you wanting partner to continue is an equal honor, and we talked about that on opening leads and third hand in classes 22 through 25. Most of the time you're going to play a high card because you have an equal honor. Now remember that you may also, in a suit contract, may want to rough. So if you have a low doubleton, do you want to play high? And it depends. It's dangerous. You may blow a trick. We're going to cover it. Most of that will be answered today in classes. But thirdly, remember this. Whether you have an equal honor or you have a doubleton, you may not want to signal because you can tell from the lay of the cards, particularly looking at dummy, that a switch is favorable. So even if you do have an equal honor or you have a doubleton, you may want to discourage, play a low spot card, because a switch is a better play for the defense. Now, most of the rest of the class today we're going to cover whether you should signal with a doubleton or not. In a suit contract, should you echo with doubleton? Of course, in a no-trump contract, the answer is no. You should not echo with a doubleton. If you do, I'm going to assume that you're giving count in a no-trump contract. So the question becomes, if you have a doubleton and partner leads a suit, should you echo? If partner continues the suit, the question you should ask yourself, could you lose a trick? If partner can locate the equal honors, it is safe to play a high spot card because he would know that you're signaling for a doubleton. Whereas if he cannot locate the equal honors or will not find out from the play of the hand on the first trick of the suit, then it's dangerous to signal with a doubleton. If partner cannot tell, it could be a disaster. When in doubt, I suggest don't signal. We're going to go through several examples. A couple examples might actually be an error here depending on the situation at hand. But here's the cut blow by blow. Let's suppose that partner leads the king. Dummy has the ace and the jack, and you have a doubleton. In all these cases, you have a doubleton. Let's assume that it's 10 or lower. If you have an honor card, a jack or a queen, it'll tell you from the example. Should you signal? Yes, you echo, because partner cannot be confused. He sees all the equal honors. The only thing left is it must be a doubleton. More examples. Partner leads the king and dummy has the ace. Do not echo. Declarer may have the jack. You expect your partner has the queen, but the jack may be in dummy. It may be in declarer's hand, and if partner leads low, good old Bath coup comes home. Let's suppose that partner leads the king and dummy has the jack. Well, in most cases, you want to echo. If declarer has the ace, he'll take the trick, and partner's queen will win the second round. There are some who would argue, well, if declarer has the ace and he ducks, which he could, partner's Bath coup could come right home to you, and leader the queen will blow a trick. And I guess that's true, but even if that's the case, hopefully you will be able to ruff, and you'll be able to at least give a trick and win a trick. Net zero. Next case, partner leads the king and you have the ace doubleton. This is a trick question. Anytime you have a doubleton honor and partner leads it, you always overtake and return the suit. Well, I say always. There are cases when you don't, but that's normally the case. More examples. Partner leads the king. Dummy has ace 10 9 and you have jack X. Do not echo. I hope you didn't. You're going to set up the 10 as a trick for the defense. Let it be. Partner has the queen. We should have the queen. Remember that. Let's suppose that partner leads the king and dummy has ace 9x and you have jack 10. This is a little bit different. Echo. You play the jack. It shows either jack 10 or singleton. Either way, partner will know what you have. Partner leads the queen. Dummy has ace king 10 XX. Ouch. Echo. Partner sees all equal honors. He has the jack. He sees everything. He knows you have a doubleton or a singleton. Next example. Partner leads the queen. Dummy has ace 10 XX. dummy plays low, you can echo because declarer will win with the king. If dummy plays the ace, don't echo. Partner will think you have the king and he'll lead it and you'll blow a trick. Let's suppose dummy, a partner, he's not a dummy, leads the queen. Dummy has king third. If dummy plays low, do not echo. Partner will assume you have the ace and he's going to continue the suit. Blow the trick. If dummy plays the king, do echo, because if you had the ace, you'd have played it. You didn't play it, so you play high. It means you have a doubleton. Even more examples. Partner leads the jack. Dummy has ace king third or fourth. You have a doubleton. Don't echo. Partner would expect you to have the queen. You don't have the queen, and you're going to just throw tricks away. Partner leads the jack. Dummy has queen third. You have a doubleton. If dummy plays low, don't echo, because partner will assume that you can cover the queen with the ace or the king. But if dummy plays the queen, do echo. If you had the ace or the king, you would play it. Case 12. Partner leads the jack. Dummy has king queen third. If dummy plays low, don't echo, because he'll think you have the ace if you do. If dummy plays the king or the queen, do echo. Why? You've got it. Because if you had the ace, you'd play it. You didn't play it, you don't have it. You got a doubleton. The cases are many, and common sense prevails. You've got to think it out in each individual case. That's what makes bridge so fascinating. We've only touched the surface of defensive signals. Tomorrow, in Class 49, we'll continue with defensive signals and covering rules and exceptions to the attitude signals. Signals Part 2. See you tomorrow.